Shalom Israel. I'd like to say all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Shemiah Shai. Double honor to the elders of GMS. Shalom to Lekman out there that's doing this work of faith and this labor of love and truth and sincerity. Alright, and I'm gonna do a quick lesson. And basically I want to get into this because to furthermore prove that this devil Esau, the so-called white man, a vessel fit for destruction. How he plays with the weather, because you got a lot of fools out there, who say we crazy and we conspiracy theorists. On the things that we say, which are truth, through the scriptures and through the different facts and different things that we pull out, that and they just believe that, this devil can't fuck with the weather, man. Like this past winter, with all the snow that's been happening, this fake snow and all of that, all these blizzards back and forth, it's furthermore proof of showing how that this devil, plays with the weather, man. They can play with the times, the weather, however they fit, they fit, they see pleased to, and basically what I'm going to bring out, is going to further prove that, even though there's some things that we already know, but, already had some information on it. So, the Most High just put the spirit on me to do this, so I hope this lesson is edifying. So, just get straight into it. Alright, so it says, it's from NSNBC, alright, International. It says, U.S. Defense Department funds laser that will control the weather. Suzanne Posel. Researchers at the University of Central Florida have devised a technique that will point a high-power laser into the sky to induce clouds to produce rain and thunderstorms. Alright? So, this is basically what they can do, using high-power lasers to make rain and thunderstorms, And, it said what researchers have devised a technique. Whenever they talk about researchers, it's talking about what the students, the up-and-coming students that's on the rise, because the Illuminati, they have the agenda, and it's in a book, got it, but I forgot the name of the author, but it's by a rabbi, a so-called Jew, and they state that how the Illuminati, they seek out young recruits, young and up-and-coming students, to do their dirty work, to recruit the men to do their dirty work for them. So whenever it's talking about like researchers, it's talking about the young up-and-coming students who the Illuminati is trying to recruit, alright, to do their handiwork, alright. So it says this new this new technology was funded by a $75 million grant provided by the Department of Defense. So what? When these scientists, they come up with these things, then what? The Department of Defense, Esau's military, they step right in and take over. It says, since static charged particles, SCPs, are present in condensation and lightning, this theory claims that by stimulating those SCPs with the laser, the power could produce rainstorms. Matthew Mills, graduate student at UCF Center for Research and Education in Optics and Lasers, said, right, and I didn't even thoroughly go over, this whole article, but just to prove the point, how I said Matthew Mills, graduate student at the University of Central Florida, so what, just how I said, up top, when the researchers, he's a graduate student, so that proves the point of what I said, how they use the students to do their dirty work, alright, but he said, when a laser beam becomes so intense, it behaves differently than usual. It collapses inward on itself. The collapse becomes so intense that electrons in the air's oxygen and nitrogen are ripped off, creating plasma, basically a soup of electrons. So it creates a soup bowl full of electrons, which Esau could take these charged particles and basically do whatever they want with them, because it's just sitting there, so all they're doing basically is controlling that energy. Like a force field, Alright, let me see, what else you got up here that I got, okay, alright, it says, in conjunction with the University of Arizona, UCF scientists developed a dressed laser that could control weather patterns and create rain. The dressed laser is a single beam surrounded by a secondary beam that refused the original by sustaining the strength and accuracy of the central laser beam. So the secondary laser beam, it basically helps, the first laser beam, with inside of it, to be more controlled, and to give it more energy, and to give him more energy, you know what I'm saying, after his first jolt. Like say, you know what I mean, like from like how what Yahweh Shah and the angels, you know what I'm saying, when they gonna come down sending laser beams from the chariot, but it will have what a secondary laser beam around it that helps to support the first one, to help keep it more controlled in line, you know what I'm saying, and to keep the energy more focused instead of it spreading out, you know what I'm saying, because if they just have the one laser beam, the one laser beam's particles can spread out, and all that energy won't be concentrated on that one spot. So they need the secondary one, I mean, around it, to help keep it more controlled. All right. So let me see. Says MSI scientists use ionizers to negatively charge electrons that naturally attract specks of dust in the atmosphere. And ionizers basically is like in the ionosphere. That's one of the central parts, you know what I'm saying, that controls different electrons of energy, which Esau uses, you know what I'm saying, to create these things. All right. It says using convection, these particles are carried upward on air currents. On air currents can become clouds at the right height. The electrons will attract water molecules from the air and condense them. When enough water is collected, the cloud can create rain. So this is just a little more information of showing you the process of it. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably put the article in the description box so brothers can further read it for themselves, but I got other information that I want to get into to furthermore prove this, you know what I'm saying. And basically Esau, they grab all of their energy from the ionosphere, because we got, you know, we got the different layers of heaven, you know how the Most High said in Genesis, right, Genesis 1 and 6, it says, and the Most High said, let there be a firmament in the midst of the waters, and let it divide the waters from the waters. So what we got, you know what I mean, the heavens, you know what I'm saying, where you know, where the planets and stuff are at, and then we got the earth. But between those, what we have that firmament, that's that space in between, that's the different layers of the atmosphere. You have the atmosphere, ionosphere, exosphere, forgot how many different spheres it is, but you have these different layers which have charged particles in it, I mean, which separates the layers of heaven. So the layer of heaven, the layer in the firmament that Esau uses to control the weather is the ionosphere. The ionosphere has a massive amount of electrons and charged particles in which they use to manipulate the weather. Okay. Yeah. What's the next thing that I had up here? Yeah. Matter of fact, let me get straight up on this. Yeah, got this thing right here about HAARP, basically. I mean, this proves the point of what I was saying, how they use the ionosphere.
Atmosphere, also known as the ionosphere, as a thick soap bubble. It is a membrane, a natural electrically charged shield around the Earth, protecting all life from deadly solar radiation.
We have to have the atmosphere for survival. I don't think we should do anything to damage it.
Without the ionosphere, I'd be fried, you'd be fried, all life on Earth would be fried.
In 1912, Nikola Tesla, a visionary genius, saw ways to tame the sky, to make the atmosphere glow. He developed alternating current, high-frequency radio technology, and free energy. He experimented with both high and low frequencies and electromagnetic waves. He envisioned altering the weather and creating shields around the Earth to protect us from missiles, and he claimed he knew how to split the Earth in two.
You know what I mean? This devil, starting off with this devil, Nikola Tesla, this is the vessel who the Most High used to start setting off these things, to be able, for Esau today, to be able to control the weather. And I did a little digging on this guy, you know what I'm saying, like, and how the scriptures say, let favor be shown to the wicked, so on and so forth, you know what I mean, for a time, you know, and this is how the Most High showed favor unto these devils, to give them this technology, to give them this power, man. Alright? So he's basically like the forefather, you know what I mean, of creating these weather weapons, alright? Says Nikola Tesla. He's a Serbian, yeah, you know, time of birth, so on and so forth. He was an inventor, electrical engineer, mechanical engineer, physicist, and futurist, best known for his contributions to the design of modern alternating currents. You know what I'm saying? Which how they doing manipulating the weather with the ionosphere. Okay, just a little brief information on them. You know, let's see here. Yeah, basically, you know what I mean. This devil, he grew up being real smart. You know what I mean, from the rip. So at a point in time in his life, he started working for what's his devil name? Edison. You know what I'm saying? Who created the so-called created the light bulb and all that type of shit. You know what I mean? So he started working for him. You know what I mean? And to show you how these devils, you know what I'm saying, they be fucked up to their own people. Cause check this out, right? It says Tesla was hired by Edison to work for Edison Machine Works. Tesla's work for Edison began with simple electrical engineering and quickly progressed to solving some of the company's most difficult problems. Tesla was even offered the task of completely redesigning the Edison company's direct current generators. In 1885, Tesla claimed that he could design Edison's inefficient motor and generators, making an improvement in both service and economy. According to Tesla, Edison remarked, "There's $50,000 in it for you if you can do it." This has been noted as an odd statement from an Edison whose company was stingy with pay and who did not have that sort of cash on hand. After months of work, Tesla fulfilled the task and inquired about payment. Edison, claiming that he was only joking, replied, "Tesla, you don't understand our American humor." Instead, Edison offered a $10 a week raise over Tesla's $18 per week salary. Tesla refused the offer and immediately resigned. So show you how these devils, they do their own selves dirty, man, to their own people, man. You know what I'm saying? Got this devil Edison, you know what I mean, the company doing him dirty, and this man, and you know what I mean, restructured your whole damn company, you know. So basically after that, you know, he basically came into business for himself, you know what I'm saying, and got his own thing going off the ground, you know. There's a little more information that I thought that was up here as far as this devil. Yeah, here you go. Yeah, directed energy weapon. Okay, it says Tesla made claims concerning a Teleforce weapon after studying the Van de Graaff generator. The press called it a peace ray or death ray. So this devil was responsible for what they call a death ray, man. All right. It says Tesla described the weapon as being able to be used against ground-based infantry or for aircraft purposes. Tesla gives the following description concerning the gun's operation. The nozzle would send concentrated beams of particles through the free air of such tremendous energy that they will bring down a fleet of 10,000 enemy airplanes at a distance of 200 miles from a defended nation's border and will cause armies to drop dead in their tracks, man. So this is the technology that these devils have, man, and the things that they can do, man. Okay? So, you know, They definitely have this technology, you know what I'm saying, to create, man, all right? And the Most High gave them this technology to do these things, man, because they are the vessel fitted for destruction, man, okay? So Isaiah 54:16, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created the waster to destroy." This is talking about the scientists creating them nukes, man, okay? But you know, Nikola Tesla, he's a scientist, you know what I'm saying, and the Most High put the spirit on this devil, you know what I mean, it started up, you know what I mean, for to be able to start controlling the weather and using the weather weapon, okay, weather as a weapon, might I add, you know what I'm saying, okay, so, get back to this, to this video.
In 1985, Bernard Eastland applied for patents that could make some of these ideas real. Many claim that these patents have become the blueprint for HAARP, High-Frequency Active Auroral Research Program.
ARCO originally approached me in 1984 to find a use for the natural gas on the North Slope of Alaska, which they could not sell. To give you a feel for how much gas they asked me to find an application for, it was enough gas to produce all the electricity in the United States for a full year. I originated some ideas for military applications and beneficial civilian applications in which that gas would be converted into electricity and they'd use to power some gigantic antennas.
What does HAARP do? HAARP is a large antenna where we beam radio frequency energy up into the upper atmosphere, and we create on a small scale what the sun normally does. And the reason we're trying to do this is because when you have disturbances in the ionosphere, we can't communicate with our satellites.
So these devils are trying to say basically how, you know, they use this technology to be able to control their satellites, because, you know, the charged particles that's up in the different spheres, you know, cause them to have interruption with their satellites, which messes up their technology and the things in their progress of which they have going on, you know. But you're putting something into the air and you're saying that, oh, nature is fucking up our flow. You know what I mean? That's bullshit, man. That's bullshit, all right?
Began with a congressional insertion in the appropriations bill of fiscal year 1990. In essence, Congress directed the Defense Department to explore the potential for using the auroral regions for improving communications and navigation and surveillance. From there, the assignment came that the Navy and the Air Force were to manage the program. It is people from those two organizations that have worked together for the past 7 years.
Applications discussed in the patents included destroying missiles. Communications control and disruption were included. There were some other ideas both to possibly modify weather and finally to lift a portion of the upper atmosphere further out into space where hopefully it would be able to deflect missile trajectories.
So these devils got all these different things planned. So it started off by being one simple thing. You know, now these devils created to be a weather weapon, you know what I'm saying? And to deflect missiles, so on and so forth. And you devils are trying to move, I mean, the Most High's firmament deeper out into space, man. Deeper out into the other layers of heaven, man. You know what I mean? Like how much demonic, how wicked can you get, man? You know? How wicked can you get? That's why this is the devil, man. That's why this is the devil that the Bible speaks of, man. You know what I'm saying? But you know, furthermore, just, you know, get into that, you know what I'm saying? How this devil said about modifying the weather. Modifying the weather. What does it mean to modify something? It says make partial or minor changes to something, typically so as to improve or to make it less extreme, to alter, to change. So basically, they're talking about modifying the weather, changing the weather. I mean, creating different weather patterns however they want to, and they use them, I mean, against the people, man. Okay, and I got this bill to prove it, man. Okay, this bill I got here is basically proving the point. Okay. This is the UN Weather Weapons Treaty of 1976, man. Okay, it says Convention on the Prohibition of Military or any other hostile use of environmental modification techniques. Meaning what? Modifying or changing the environment. You know? Okay, and that's what, playing with the weather. All right, and they had this General Assembly on December 10th, 1976, and they signed a bill in 1977, basically. All right, and this is a bill, man. This is a signed contract with the government, the UN, man. Okay, yeah. Let me just get to the point here. Okay, yeah, yes. Article 2. It says, as used in Article 1, the term environmental modification techniques refers to any technique for changing, I mean, as we said, what modify means to change, for changing through the deliberate manipulation, meaning deliberately playing with, of natural processes, the dynamics, the composition or structure of the earth, including its biota, lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere, and the outer space. And how that devil was just saying, you know what I mean, in our heart video, we want to push, you know what I mean, the firmaments further out into heaven, man, so they could block missile trajectories, so on and so forth. So they're using this as a weather's weapon, man. Okay, they're using this as a weather's weapon. All right, and I had wanted to get into harpstatus.com, but I guess they reformatting the site. But basically, before, when I went into this site, you know, it showed you how they have that they control the weather, and they show you a map of the earth. In certain sections where they had the chemtrails, and certain sections where they didn't have the chemtrails, and certain sections where it would be snowing at and where it wouldn't be snowing at. But basically how they had it masked is that the areas where it was snowing at, those are the areas that they had a control to where it was snowing, or to where they were dumping the chemtrails at. And it was, and when you looked at the map, they always had it all in America. But when you look in the other countries, as far as Europe, it was very little, it was very scarcely over there. But there in America, it was all over, man. And mainly as far as the East Coast. But they, I wish I could have had the edification for brothers, but I guess they doing something with the site right now. You know what I'm saying? But you know, that's pretty much it, man. That's pretty much it, man. You know, just showing you how this devil plays with the weather, man. You know what I mean? They can definitely do it, and they can definitely get into things, you know what I'm saying, and disrupt the weather, man. But you know, the Most High gave him that power, man. I read this again, Isaiah 54:16. Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth and work an instrument for his work. I have created the waster to destroy. So this devil, Nikola Tesla, you know what I'm saying, he's the vessel that the Most High used, you know what I mean, as far as these weather weapons, man. You know what I'm saying? To, you know, they're the vessel fit for destruction, man. Okay, so they can make it rain and do all of this and create laser beams and all that, so on and so forth, man. And this is showing you, you know what I mean, this scripture right here, I'll just get into it. Isaiah 28:24-18, it says, it shall come to pass that he who fleeth from the noise of the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that cometh up out of the midst of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For the windows from on high are open, and the foundations of the earth do shake. So what the windows of the high are open is what? The firmament, man. You know what I'm saying? They had to pierce through there because of them charged particles that's sitting up in those different spheres, man. So they had to open up the layers of heaven, man. So the Most High is pissed off at that, man. Okay? Alright, and this last scripture I got right here is Psalms chapter 11 verse 6. It says, upon the wicked he shall rain snares, fire and brimstone, and a horrible tempest. This shall be the portion of their cup. So right, so just how these devils, they want to make it rain and snow and all this over other shit, the Most High is going to make it rain snares, fire and brimstone upon them, man. I mean, the terrible storms, man. Okay, so this devil is going down, man. You know, the destruction of the so-called white man is very near upon us. You know what I'm saying? You know, I just hope this lesson was a little edifying for brothers out there, just showing how this devil actually plays with the weather. You know what I'm saying? And showing how the Most High put the spirit on this devil, Nikola Tesla. I mean, and you know, to set the format, the foundation of it, and then later on down to, you know, the more modern day devils. You know what I'm saying? With this harp and all that, playing with the weather, just took his technology and further expanded on it and actually made it happen. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I hope this lesson was edifying. So, you know, with that, I like to say, all praises, honor, and glory be to Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahushai. Double honors to the elders of GMS. Shalom to Lekman out there doing this work of faith and this labor of love and truth and sincerity. Shalom, death to America.